I guess one final point that I just wanted to bring to the table relates to all of the supply chain issues that we've been dealing with. COVID has been very instrumental in causing people to be very nimble, but also very concerned about the reliability of products, not just from an availability perspective because of ships getting stuck in the Suez Canal or because workers are too ill to be offloading barges, but also just the availability of products because of concerns about their potential risk if used in certain applications. So the renewed emphasis on supply chain reliability, on supply chain transparency, one of the major outfalls of TSCA and the last year Section 6H rule relating to the PBT substances that caused just absolute pandemonium in Washington and elsewhere. I think we'll be spending a lot of time, and there's an awful lot of interest on just supply chain reliability and transparency. What are your thoughts on that, Kate, Christina, and Tom?
Well, transparency, I mean, it's been a growing issue. The demands for it, it's no longer simple, fill out the customer's 12-page questionnaire that they send you that everybody's really annoyed with because they ask silly questions. The transparency is just how are you going to deal with that in your product line?
Right.
For a whole new world, and you have to work hard at that. And I know people have solved it, whether it's by using QR codes on the packaging or on the labels or other things to make it available. I think what does transparency mean now is, I hope, a topic of discussion at the conference.
Mm-hmm. Tom, you raised a really interesting point that conversations at past conferences have brought value to the listeners, sometimes by wrestling with almost the theory, like what does transparency mean? And then what are the practical ways of getting at it? So I in the past have enjoyed some of the wide-ranging conversations that range from theory to practice. And I think, Lynn, you've brought us to one of those issues. And I can see Christina nodding her head, so I'm sure you've got a point of view.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that would be a fantastic topic, or, topics to be covered at, this year's conference. In addition, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't mention what was happening in hazard communication. I mean, it's going to hit us right at the end of the year. Hopefully we'll have better clarity about what's happening with the, OSHA HAZCOM standard, and really being prepared for that. That's another one of those topics that, you can't start before you hear about it, right? And you can't begin to make any change to your organization and even to any of your digital platforms that are going to be supplying some of this updated information that will be needed for our products for HAZCOM. What do you guys think about that topic? Are you hearing a lot rumbling around?
I completely agree, Christina. We have 2 or 3 people on my team that are engaged only in HAZCOM, GHS. It all goes back to how do you identify risk and then communicate them to the cohorts and constituencies that you must and that you should, which is just a continuing struggle as we have such an interconnected chemical commerce chain. And Kate, I'm sure you agree in your walk of life.
Yeah. We see that all the time. We see it all the time. And I think this conversation that we started saying, how is this conversation going to go, has blossomed in so many different directions and really exemplifies the spirit of PSX in that we have product stewards come together from all sorts of different perspectives, share what they know in presentations and in hallways, and we all come away a little wiser with things that we can take back to our jobs, and perhaps even with a little bit of laughter.
Well stated, Kate. I look forward to seeing all of you at PSX 2022.